Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to A.O.S Group. Today we are going to continue with our talk with A.O.S Q&A sessions. And as you all know, it every day we are always scheduled to actually start our live Q&As by 3 p.m. West African time or 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you have any questions concerning today's video topic, you can always drop it on the live chat section or on the comment section of this channel. Now, that being said, um, please, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe right now. Hit on the notification bar to get notified anytime we drop a content, and also like and share this video with your friends and with your family. So, today we want to answer the question 348, which was more or less a comment mixed with a question. So, the question and the comment actually goes thus. It states that I want to use the education pathway to relocate me and my family. I'm currently studying at Nexford University as a business analyst. I will be rounding up next year. I have OND from one polytechnic in Nigeria. Can I apply for a postgraduate study with my OND, or I should wait to round up my degree at Nexford University by Oluwatoyin Ann from Nigeria? And as you know, our questions are always extracted from the JAPA to Canada in 2023 webinar Q&As. So thank you very much, Tony, for asking that vital question. And when you are going as an educationist, or perhaps when you're going as a student to Canada, relocating, you have to note something that it is very, very important for you to understand that moving to Canada as an international student will limit your offers, or would limit what you can do and what you can't do to actually relocate and while you even finally move into Canada. And I'll give you some instances. You said you want to go yourself together with your family. It's not that it is not possible, it is very much possible. You understand, to go with your family, to go with your spouse, together with your children. You can, you understand, through the study route. But one of the criteria is that you must be able and you must be willing to state that you would come back to your own country after you study, you understand, that particular program you want to go for. Do you understand? And you must be able to show enough ties that links you back to your own country. You understand? In other words, you have to show the visa officer that perhaps you have finances or you have businesses or investments that would bring you back to the country. You understand? You have family members that you can't live back in Nigeria that you'd have to come back for. Do you understand? You have all other preoccupations in your own country that would necessitate you to come back to your own country after your study abroad. Because, mind you, going through the education pathway, which is the study permit pathway, it is a temporary residency visa that you'll be issued. And the concept of temporary residency means that you can either go there for a few days, you can go there for a few weeks, for a few months, or even a few years, and still have to come back to your home country. Do you understand? So you must be able to say, you must be able to prove, not just say it, not just write it, but also prove that you just want to go to study. Do you understand? Together with your family. Do you understand? And you are willing to come back to your own country. And with your family going with you, your spouse may be able to go with you under the work permit. The spouse may be able to get work permit, but your other children, if you have either a child or some children, you would have to get visitor visa for them, or tourist visa. And you getting that visa, you would be liable to actually get them the study permit if, for instance, they are of the school age. If they have to get to maybe secondary school, primary school, or nursery school, and you would pay that yourself. Since you are not a permanent resident, you don't have social benefits that allows you to actually get to enroll those students or enroll those your children in schools without paying a dime. You would have to pay through all that fees, and that could actually be expensive. Even normal daycare, you understand, like kindergarten, say to speak, in Canada is much pricey. And because of the fact that many of the cheaper kindergartens many of the cheaper daycares are always quickly filling up easily, fast in Canada. You may have to actually afford, or you may have to pay more in order to afford the daycare of your children. So you have to take that into consideration. Are you willing to actually spend more, you understand, to actually get the value or the services you can actually get cheaply if you go as a permanent resident? If you are willing to pay more as a temporary resident, then you can go through education. The reason why I'm saying this is because many families always want to go to Canada with the concept or with the notion that they would be able to afford things from the money that they actually get. For instance, your spouse working under the work permit, you as a student also getting the opportunity of open work or employer specific work permits together with your study permit. It may work for you that yes, you get that so-called high paying job, but the expenses of the feeding, the expenses of housing, accommodation, the expenses of insurance may actually tie so much of your money down that you may not really have much to be able to use to afford all other necessities of life, like the education for your children we talked about. So you need to put that into consideration. And moving on, you talked about you currently studying at Nexford University as a business analyst. Yes, it's a very good one that you're studying online. I know about the Nexford University. It's an online university that is located in America, that allows you to actually study from, you understand, the shores of your um, home country, Nigeria, for instance, for you. Now, with you studying maybe your MBA in business analysis or analytics in Nexford University means that yes, you'll be able to get a, what do they call it now, a master's degree. However, you must note that the master's degree of Nexford is not evaluated by World Education Services if you are planning to use it later on for permanent residency. At least now it is not evaluated by O.S. Do you understand? And the school states that clearly on its website, nexford.org. It states that clearly that it is not, you understand, being evaluated. It is not allowed by West to be evaluated right now. And that shows that perhaps their accreditation is not yet fully completed. So you have to note that, yes, you said you are rounding up next year. That's good. And you have an OND. I would advise you, if you want to actually start your education pathway, you can actually make use of that OND that you got from a polytechnic in Nigeria to process your postgraduate studies. But you have to note that the postgraduate studies would be limited to what you can do with that particular OND. Do you understand? So that means if, for instance, they allow you to just work on, say to speak, what do they call it now? PGD or PGCE, you understand, in Canada with that OND, that may be what you can do. You may not be able to get a postgraduate master's degree. You may not be able to use that your OND because OND is definitely lesser in, you understand, is lesser in status than the HND, the higher national diploma. You understand? Being the ordinary national diploma it is, the OND, you may not even be allowed to do all other advanced programs. So you may take associate programs, for instance. You understand, associate degrees. You could do associate degrees perhaps with your OND. You could, if not all schools allow, but if they allow, you could do PGCE. You understand, postgraduate certificate program, or PGD. You understand, postgraduate diploma program, if it allows, which I'm not sure about. You understand, depending on the kind of OND you have. Now, you said should you round up your degree at Nexford before you actually apply? You have to note, as I said, it is not evaluated by West, the Nexford University degree you are doing. It is not accredited, or it is not evaluated rather by West. And that means that it is either the accreditation of the Nexford University degree you are working on currently is not um, recognized by the World Education Services as a particular equivalence, you understand, to Canadian education. Because you have to note something. The reason why West is evaluating degrees and diplomas is to able to see that the particular diploma you did in Nigeria or the one you did in the US, like in this case, Nexford University, does it level apart with what is prevalent in Canada? Do you understand? And I believe, or I would state it, that perhaps the result you get from Nexford is not the same or is not equivalent to what you get in Canada. That's the reason why the World Education Services (WES) do not evaluate that Nexford degree. Do you understand? However, it may be that they have not been able to have a kind of partnership or a kind of association with the school already. So if even West is not evaluating that degree, do you understand? Other so-called organizations can actually evaluate it. So you may check ICAS, you understand, they may evaluate it. You understand? ICES may also evaluate it. So you can actually look through all those other organizations to see if your next word is recognized in Canada, firstly. And you said, can you use it to apply for postgraduate study? Yes, you can use it to apply for postgraduate studies once you have finally completed it. It is only when you complete a degree you can actually make use of that degree to source for another, you understand, degree, to actually start another study permit application. If you have not completed it, or if it's going to take more time for you to complete, you can start with applying through your OND, but also stating it on the application that you are currently working on your Nexford University degree. You understand? And if that is completed, you can now tender it to actually apply for another, you understand, program. So it depends. Either wait for the result, or you can use the OND but still pen down the next, still pen down or still use it to apply the Nexford degree. Still state it in your application that you are currently working on it and you would be complete, or you would finish it up next year, which I think is going to be this today's Q&A session. You can actually drop it on the comment section or the live chat section. And do not forget that you can always reach out to us on our website, aosacademy.com, or you can perhaps even send us an email on admin@aosacademy.com, and you can also chat us up on our numbers, our WhatsApp Nigerian number or Canadian number. So thank you very much. Lastly, you can always hit on this link on the live chat section in order to benefit from our Ramadan offer. We have up to 50% discount offer we are giving to all our viewers, our subscribers, and our potential clients. So you can always reach out to actually get to benefit from our JAPA to Canada package, or our Make Money and Migrate to Canada package, or even the Tourist to Work for Permanent Residency package. Those three packages are getting offers. We have the 25% offer, the 35% discount offer. We also have the 50% off discount offer for each of those packages. So thank you very much, and I do hope you got value from this Q&A session. If you have any questions, even after this session, you can drop it on the comment section. I will do justice to responding to it later on. So thank you very much, everyone, once again, and really appreciate and do hope to see you in our next Q&A sessions.